Hi everyone, this is another beautiful day here in the sunny side of Western Mass, and of course it's a hot one today as it has reached in the upper 80s, lower 90s, very humid outside. Make sure if you're from around this area, Western Mass, stay as cool as you can. And, of course it is July 8th, 2014. As always, we expect it to be very warm in July. Now, moving on, I would like to talk about the immigration issue. This issue is on many of our minds since it is being reported not only in alternative media but in mainstream media as well. Now, here's the issue with the illegal immigration situation. What is happening is the Democratic Party, along with the Republican Party, and I know the Republican Party is just as fault for this as any other party for allowing this to happen. Remember, this first became a huge issue during the George Bush era, and even before that during the Clinton era. But I remember talking about this issue when George Bush was in power. So my whole point is this just demonstrates that it's not just the Democrats, it's the Republican Democrats running around colluding with each other and trying to destroy America, and that's the paradigm that is ongoing right now. Without some exceptions, there are some exceptions to this, but that's generally what is going on in politics today. But again, what's going on with illegal immigration is that you have illegals coming across the border. They're being allowed in many cases. They're being shipped in by the Obama administration. You have people out in California walking around or standing in front of buses, turning buses around, and trying to get the illegals to go back to Mexico. What's happening is illegals are going into these small towns, and mid-sized towns or otherwise. They're infested with diseases. They have things like scabies, they have lice, they have whatever it is that can make people sick. So that way, when they come across the border, they can get the free health care. Well, what's going on with healthcare? Well, healthcare prices are doubling. In some cases, they're tripling. A lot of people can't get the charity care anymore because hospitals simply can't afford to give out charity care. And furthermore, a lot of hospitals today are even shutting down because they simply can't afford to be able to operate under the pressures of Obamacare. So now you have the illegals coming in, putting pressure on the system, even further pressure on the system, putting the system into a brink of collapse, and putting it into a situation where, people are just going to be forced to have to wait in line to get health care, whether they have a life-threatening illness or not. They're just going to have to wait, because with the illegals coming across the border, that is putting more and more pressure on the hospitals to be able to provide services, particularly when the illegals are dealing with health issues of their own, which, from what I'm seeing in the news, a lot of them are. And this is, of course, being done on purpose to destroy that system financially. It's also to destroy the financial books for the small towns and the medium-sized towns. What they're trying to do is they're trying to put those towns in as much debt as they possibly can, put those towns into receivership, and it just kind of goes on from there. So there's that component of it as well. There's also the component of the illegals being given free stuff, and in return for being given free stuff, they're promising to vote on behalf of the Democratic Party. And like I said, of course, the Republicans are in on this as well. They're colluding with the Democrats on many of these issues, including illegal immigration. However, the Democratic Party are highly leveraging the illegals in their favor. So what else is going on? Well, we have a massive amount of unemployment. We have unemployment around, John Williams Shadow Stats says it's around 22-24%. Other people are saying it's in the lower 30 to 37 percentile. I would say it's probably around 32%. When you look at all the numbers, you look at the underemployed, the people who just aren't in the system anymore, and so on and so forth, and people who are on food stamps, things like that. And of course, with more illegals in this country now, that's putting additional pressure on the food stamp systems, and that's gonna, and it's also gonna put more pressure on the unemployment system. It's gonna put more pressure on the disability system. It's just going to overwhelm welfare to the point where most people who need the welfare, who need some sort of assistance, just aren't going to be able to receive it, because those assistance are being given to people who aren't even Americans. Furthermore, what else is going on is we have drug cartels being shipped over here. Drug cartels, gang members. And you notice also, in addition to this, they're continuing to call for more gun control. So as they're bringing in all the criminals with the history of shooting and killing and maiming people in order to make money for all these illegal drugs that the government's getting a cut of as well, while they're bringing those folks in, they're trying to take your guns away. They're trying to keep you, put you on your knees, so you beg right in front of Mesa La Raza. You know, when they say, you know, I'm going to cut your throat, they're going to do it. You know what I mean? And they know that you're not going to be armed in order to defend yourself or your family. So that's what's going on here today in America. Barack Obama, once again, has done something that's completely impeachable. Of course, Sarah Palin earlier today had demanded that an article of impeachment be written against Obama, and of course that's not going to go through. However, I do see possibly that could go through, even though I don't think it will, but it possibly could, only because it would help retain at least some ounce of credibility for the Republican Party. But now, of course, the Republican Party just don't, you know, not just the Republicans, Democrats too. Democrats and Republicans both have completely lost all credibility among the regular people here in America, given the fact that Congress right now is a 7% approval rating. But I could see an article of impeachment being written just to save this much credibility left. So maybe there's a little twinkle of hope that one of these Republicans will be voted through, and once they do, they'll just continue the same policies as what Barack Obama is doing right now. In addition to that, using the same systems Barack Obama has put into place, but using it to leverage for the Republican Party. So, of course, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.